So the basic plan is to turn magnesium chloride supplement to magnesium citrate, but I can't just mix the supplement with citric acid because nothing will happen. For a reaction to happen, I'll need an intermediate. In this case, it's magnesium carbonate, which can then react with the citric acid. The chemicals you'll need for this are magnesium chloride, which is the supplement, sodium carbonate, which I found as pH plus granules for pools, but you can also just heat up some baking soda to make it, and citric acid, which is commonly used in the kitchen. To make it, firstly dissolve 5 grams of magnesium chloride in 10 ml of water and 6 grams of sodium carbonate in 50 ml of water. If the sodium carbonate doesn't dissolve right away, you might want to stir it around more or heat it up. When both the supplement and the carbonate are fully dissolved, pour one into the other. Immediately a white precipitate forms. The reaction that's happening here is a simple double displacement reaction where the carbonate ions from the sodium carbonate bond with the magnesium ions from the magnesium chloride, forming magnesium carbonate, which is our precipitate, and sodium chloride, which is dissolved. Since we want only the precipitate, we must filter the solution. Because I don't have filter paper, I'll just filter it to a paper towel. Usually in this situation, since we want the precipitate, a vacuum filtration should be performed, but since I don't have the equipment, a normal gravity filtration should do. What I'm about to do should never be done, so I'm naming this a bad lab practice number 1. Picking stuff up with a spoon from a filter paper. This is bad, since the filter paper can rupture, and because of that, you will have to repeat the whole filtration once again. After most of the beaker contents are filtered, wash it with a small amount of water to pick up some of the precipitate that got stuck in the beaker and filter that too. After the filtration, this is the precipitate I got. To make the magnesium citrate itself, I have to add this precipitate to a citric acid solution. To make that solution, in another beaker dissolve 9 grams of citric acid in 20 ml of water. That corresponds to an excess of magnesium carbonate, so that there won't be any citric acid in the filtrate in which the magnesium citrate should be. Immediately the precipitate, magnesium carbonate, starts reacting with the citric acid, forming magnesium citrate, which immediately dissolves in water, CO2 gas, which is the cause of the hissing sound, and water. What we're left with is a solution of magnesium citrate, similar to the one that pharmacists sell as laxative, although this one is much more potent. And that's it. Thanks for watching and consider subscribing.